This video, for some reason, is destined to go wrong. I walked all the way down here, I forgot my tripod, great, and so I had to walk all the way back, grab the tripod, come back, and I actually tried to film this video 2 days ago, and I bought the wrong microphone. I bought my shotgun mic and it was so windy, like now. Shotgun mics on super wind, not good. So hopefully everything goes to plan now. Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks for those of you that want to become freelance videographers and photographers. Now, it's very windy. I apologize for that. I hope the mic isn't picking up too much of it. Also, a massive rain cloud is about to come over and I might get completely drenched. So I'm hoping I can do this before that happens. For those of you that don't know, in my very first video, go and check it out if you haven't seen it already, but I spoke about a few of the things that are going on with my life at the moment, and I am a full-time freelance videographer and photographer at the moment. And it took me a long time to make that jump. It was a scary process. I could have done with some guidance on the way, some more guidance. I have some people helping me, but yeah, some tips can really help, and I hope these will help you. So the first tip is one you may have heard before and brushed off. A lot of people have said it, but I want to provide a little bit more clarification on why this can be so useful and ways to do it. So the first tip is do work for free. Now, this is really important when you're getting started out. Like, if you're not earning money and people aren't willing to pay you, then the only option you have is to do some free work to build up your portfolio. But I'm not saying that you should just go around offering your services if you're established. If you've got a name for yourself and you've done a lot of work, you shouldn't be working for free, and there is a line to be drawn there. But I think it's really important for people getting started out. It's something that I did, it's something that a lot of people do. It builds up your name, it builds up your portfolio, and it also gives you really valuable experience with working with people and learning just how the craft works, how to provide the best service to clients. So when I was first getting started out, I filmed festivals, I shot people, I just did loads of random stuff for free. It just gave me a complete wealth of experience and lots of different things. I didn't go and film like millions of things for free. Like, I was still trying to sell my services eventually once I knew I was good enough to do that. But as I was building up my experience, I was doing that, and it was really, really useful. Now, something that's really valuable with this is it can completely build up your portfolio. So whether you put it on a website or your Instagram, you can show, look, I've shot this festival, I've been shooting these portraits, I've gone to this event. Like, it shows that you've done a lot of different work and you're experienced in those things. Now, people don't know if you've been paid for it or not. And you're not lying. It's not like you don't have to go around telling people, oh, I got paid $2,000 to do this job. It's just, look, like when people look at your portfolio, they'll see, wow, okay, he took these really cool shots at a festival. It doesn't matter if you were paid or not, they don't know that. And they can just see that you've done work in that area and they might want to hire you for that. Okay, so tip number 2 is to cut down your expenses so you can shoot more. Now, I think this is really important because it's always going to be difficult making a jump from earning money to something where you potentially might not earn as much money as you had in a full-time job where you're on the payroll. Now, this will be a bit more difficult for people that are more established, that have a family, a mortgage, car, stuff like that. But for me, when I first started, I was quite flexible and I was able to do a few things that just made it easier for me to shoot more and work for what would have been less than I would be getting paid in a main company, but what would be really important for building my portfolio and getting to a point where I can be full-time and can make enough to live. So this is the hardest part. You sort of have to have a bit of a reality check. Do I need these things? Do I need to be spending this much on my rent? Do I need to be going out and spending money on booze or whatever, buying new things? Like, if this is something you really want to do, it's something you have to sort of sacrifice. So being able to cut down your expenses to a weekly rate that's not too much, that allows you to maybe work 2 days a week or 3 days a week, so you cover your expenses, and then you can spend the extra 2 days or the weekend as well shooting, building up your portfolio, getting better, and getting to that point where you can earn money from being a photographer or videographer. So yes, if you're able to bring down your expenses, then you can dedicate more days to shooting, and that can be really, really valuable for building up your name, building up your expertise, and yeah, going full-time eventually once you get good enough. So the third and final tip for today is to say yes to almost everything. Now, that's a very cliche statement. I'm sure you've heard it before, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of clarification as to why that's so important for photography and videography. So in life, your natural instinct is when something comes to you and it's slightly out of your comfort zone or it seems scary, to back away from it and not do it. That's just a reflex. That's what we're like as humans, and it's really, really important to fight against that in certain situations. Now, an example for you in terms of videography and photography is when you get a request for a job that may seem slightly out of your comfort zone, something you haven't done before, working for a new client that you're not sure about, things like that. Your natural instinct may be, oh no, I haven't done that before, I'm not experienced enough, I'm not going to do it. It's important to know where the line is here, because you can't say yes to everything. If somebody comes to you and asks you to do something that you definitely can't do and you don't have the right gear for, obviously don't say yes. It's just like, that's pretty obvious. But for something that may be within reach, but just a scary part of that reach, then it's really important to do. So a few months ago, I got a request to do a job. Now, it wasn't a particularly hard job. Just at that moment in time, I didn't have maybe the perfect gear for the job. It was low light, it was an event at night, it was for Red Bull, it was a scary prospect, and I didn't want to get it wrong. I didn't want to mess it up and sort of kill my chances of working with them in the future. But then again, they may never have come back if I said no. Plus, I'd also been sick the week before and I was recovering from pneumonia. So it was a pretty hard time, and I got this request. It was like, hey, job tomorrow night, are you ready? Can you do it? Let me know in the next hour. And I was like, what do? I don't know what to do. Now, Red Bull is a client like I've always wanted, and you know, it's a big name to have on your portfolio. And so I really wanted to do it. I was just scared I wouldn't have the right gear, I wouldn't be fit enough and in the right state to do it. And it was a scary time. But I doubled down. I said, yeah, I'm gonna do it. I'll figure out whatever I need to figure out and I'll just commit. It's scary, but I'm just gonna go and do it. That's a bit unnecessary, isn't it? So, long story short, the project went well. I got the shots I needed to. I actually went and picked up another lens for the project that I thought I needed. It proved really useful. But yeah, I got the shots I needed to. They were happy with the end product, and yeah, it all went well. Now, if I hadn't jumped out of my comfort zone and gone into that scary place, I wouldn't have got that project, I wouldn't have got Red Bull on my portfolio, and I wouldn't have the opportunity to work with them in the future. So sometimes it's really valuable to jump into things that are a bit scary, a bit out of your comfort zone, and just do it. Again, you know guys where the line is here. It's just common sense. Like, if you definitely don't have the right gear to do something, that's not possible. You know, you can't do it, and there's no point in rocking up and just letting the client down, because that will make a worse name for yourself than if you just said no. So yeah, don't do silly things, but when something's a little bit out of your comfort zone, a little bit scary, just commit, do it. You'll learn a lot, it will be a great experience, and it will really help you to build up your experience and to build up your portfolio in being a videographer or photographer. All right, so that is the 3 tips that I think are really useful if you're trying to start your career as a videographer or photographer. Now, it's important to say that I am also on my journey. I am by no means at the end of this journey. I don't think anybody ever is, but yeah, I've only recently jumped into being a full-time freelance videographer and photographer. I've been doing it for a few years before that, but I made the jump about a year ago now. And I'm still learning too. So if you guys have any tips, please leave them down below in the comments. I've got a few more that I could share. So if you like this style of informative video where I'm sharing a bit about my journey and things that can help you if you're trying to achieve the same thing, then let me know in the comments and I'll do more of that in the future. All right, so this cloud looks like it's about to absolutely dump a lot of rain down on my head. So I'm gonna run. Thank you very much guys for watching. Please smack that like button if you enjoyed the video. Subscribe if you wanna see more. And yeah, go and watch the other 2 vlogs in the series if you haven't seen them already. Thanks for watching guys, and I'll see you in the next one. I'll show you guys this storm cloud I'm talking about. It looks very, very moody. Look at this. That is gonna rain pretty heavy. And the wind has gone strong as well, but look at that.